Yes, hello, It's MicheleMarieDalene, North American Snuggling. Yes, and today is Monday, and yes, I got some good news to share with you. And so, let's get started with the good news. First of all, number one, we got the phone system fixed. I'm talking about the replacement. Oh, that was, I think, kind of dodgy, the intermittent one. It turned out it was a bad solder joint on the power connector on the power supply board. This system that we're using as a backup was the original phone system we started out with many years ago, and it was always kind of a very cool system for what I needed. Then we went to the other one when we needed more capacity because of the fact that we were sharing our phone lines with other apartments, and the original phone system is designed with 2 phone lines and 6 extensions. This is a classic Merlin 206, and so because the dodgy connection was always giving me problems even back then, we kind of semi-retired the thing. Well, I decided to take a look at the 3 circuit boards inside the cabinet last night, and I was able to deliberately make it fault, and just by wiggling the connector from the DC output of the power supply board going to the processing board. In other words, the thing had a terrible connection inside. So I reseated the wire, and that did originally back in Litchfield Street. That didn't help. I reseated it. This time it didn't help. So I carefully used a screwdriver and released the connector clip, and then I removed the power supply board and resoldered the pins on the connector, and voila, it's all fixed. It turns out there was a cold solder joint on the connector. Reflow the solder fixed that 100%. And originally I did a hack repair on it in Litchfield Street, Torrington. That wasn't perfect at all, so I fixed that. I cleaned out the connector and everything, so it was working. So does that mean now we need to go ahead and buy a new phone system processor? No, we don't have to buy another processor. I also fixed the other thing too. Since the other processor was kind of offline anyway, I removed the battery I originally put in for the original rechargeable nickel-cadmium battery. I took out the nickel metal hydride foam battery pack I put in it to provide battery backup, and I soldered that into the other feature pack module. And then the phone system, that's where the battery is held. So I took that. So I took out the bad nickel cadmium battery pack, which was a little bit. It was a 4.6 volts. Sorry, 3.6 volts. It's like consists of 2/3 height AA cells. It was made by Katica, which I was totally shot. Put a new one in there. Unfortunately, it wasn't the same, so it was a bit of a squeeze getting in between the 2 circuit boards, but I managed to get in there without breaking something. And so I got the new battery in there now. Now I remember all my settings, so now I can go ahead and if I want to program some extra features that, honestly, I really don't have too many features I really need set. Most of the standard configuration settings will take care of the problem. Last night I got a phone call, by the way, a gentleman who asked me if this was a pizza restaurant, and he wasn't trying to be funny. I guess somebody had given him this number, my cell phone number, and said that was a pizza restaurant, and it's not. And I said, no, it's not. I said, I'm sorry. He said, I didn't know. If I can give me your number So you sold pizza? I said, no, I don't sell pizza. I'm an individual, I'm not a business. So I said, and I said, if you want, why don't you call me back about 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, which is today, and we'll talk if you want. But right now, I said, I'm going to go back to sleep, because it's time in the morning, and I'm tired, and just... Okay, so let's go to the weather forecast, brought to you by the wonderful people of the Paris Accord. It's not exactly the kind of thing that I call a great deal. The Paris Accord, the accord that's too damn small and follows too many damn rules. Alright, so, I'll get the scenery here. Now, right now it's 15 degrees Celsius, it is cloudy, feels like 15 degrees, winds north at 16 kilometers per hour, humidity is 90%, UV index is 3. Gee, where's the UV coming from? It's all overcast, it's heavy overcast. Dew point is at 13 degrees Celsius. Sunrise this morning was at 5:18 a.m. Sunset will be at 8:24 p.m. In the next few days, Monday says here, supposed to be rainy with a high of 17 degrees, 9 degrees as a low. Tuesday, June 6th, says high of 10, 7 degrees as a low. Rain, and all rain. Wednesday, cloudy, high of 17 degrees, and 7 is a low. 20% chance of precipitation. Thursday, June 8th, is a high of 18, a low of 7 with 10% chance of rain. Friday, it starts to warm up a little bit. Friday, June 9th, high of 21 degrees Celsius, 11 degrees Celsius. 20% chance of precipitation. It'll be mostly sunny. And of course, Saturday, June 10th, says a high of 23, a low of 13 degrees Celsius, with mixed bag of partly mostly cloudy with 30% chance of rain. So it's not going to be really that fantabulous out there at all, but I just figured I'd let you know that. Obviously better, we're just trying to keep dry and keep warm and keep sane. So what I'm going to do now is, since we do not have the phone processor, it means that the money I put into my PayPal account technically can stay for next month. Alright, save money. You might want to use it for something else. Or maybe keep combing through eBay looking for the best deals and set up the telephone system upgrade I want to get for the best deals possible. For example, I still would like to get an MLX 20L phone. The MLX 408 board, which features the caller ID input as well. After all, I technically do have caller ID. I might as well get a board that can read it. Yeah. And of course, lastly but never the leasty, is get a processor of the most awesome capacity. I'm thinking I got my eyeballs on one that's the Revision 7, Release 7 processor. It's actually a Merlin Magic processor in a Merlin Legend clamshell adapter. So you actually will be able to use, and that's not all you can do. You can swap the carriers. There's really the difference between a Merlin Magic and a Merlin Legend. The Merlin Legend processors are in a big plastic cases, and the Merlin Magics are mostly just bare boards with just two little finger grabbers. So there's this little adapter plastic clamshell you can put on the Merlin Magic boards to fit into a Merlin Legend system. If you want to be a real and it gives him a real shockwave. Why don't you take a Merlin to the telephone board, take off the plastic shell, put on Merlin Magic's plastic processor shell, and then we just make a Merlin Legend to light. I mean, that's a good solution to a problem. Just half the size, half the weight with less RF interference. Which is the reason I think it possibly may be more than just upgrading the processor. It may actually mean upgrading the power supply, because the power supply and the processor makes so much noise on my radio in the kitchen that you can't even listen to anything when the phone system is running. So I kind of tend to wonder, obviously, is what's going on with all the interference and stuff. Well, I haven't turned the radio on to see if I'm still getting that, but I know the power supply is being very silent lately. So, because the processor itself is making all the noise. So, it's the kind of things like that I'm going to have to work on. Alright guys, look, here's the deal. I got some things to do. But at least I can say with at least 94% certainty that this phone system is fixed for the time being. I wanted to let you guys know so you don't worry. And not that I think too many of you really cared. But anyway, I thought I'd give you this news. And Elsa the cat's doing good. He's starting to grow fur. Around the area where the vet originally shaved him when he originally stitched it shut. But he's, he's still got some stitches left in him that obviously are just basically just sitting there. So he's going to have to get them out of there. Okay? So, see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.